You know, one of the most common questions that we have coming to us on a daily basis revolves around the idea that I just don't feel in love with my spouse anymore. I don't know if I have for a long time. And people are asking us, is there anything that they can do to have that change? Well, I want to tell you the good news. This is probably one of the simplest issues for us to resolve, to help couples deal with. It's so exciting to know that there are ways that you can actually rekindle that flame and actually experience a renewed love for your spouse, and that it's really not that complicated. The first thing you want to think about, though, is where does love come from? You know, for years, I used to think that when I wanted to love my wife Jenny more, what I needed to do to increase that is just kind of like crank up my old love engine and generate some love for her. But you know what I discovered? That there is actually not one single drop of love that actually is ever generated from within my being. Not one. No love comes from Bob. No love comes from my heart. Love actually comes from God. If you think about Scripture, 1 John 4:8 says God is love. Notice there, it doesn't say Bob is love. You can put your own name in there. It doesn't say you are love. It says God is love. Love is God. Love comes from God to me, fills my heart. Then I can love others with that love. What you want to do in this situation is actually take the time for just a moment to ask the Lord if He'll let you see your spouse through His eyes, even to feel what He feels toward them. When you can actually experience His love for your spouse and allow that to come into you, to fill your heart, and to flow through you and extend out to your spouse, you will begin to see very quickly those feelings return. Now, I don't want to oversimplify this issue because I know that there are many factors involved. I know that there are personal issues that sometimes, even fears at times about the relationship, that may cause you to be hesitant to actually be available to this occurring. What I want you to know is it's possible that if your concern is that the love has died and it's going to take some kind of magical, mystical, divine miracle to occur, the good news is it's not that hard. When you're ready, if you truly want that, and you actually place yourself before the Lord and ask Him to fill your heart with His feelings for your spouse, that can change your heart and your world. Now, if you're finding this difficult, or you need a little help trying to figure out a way to jumpstart this, one of the things that you can do is just begin to serve them, to think of ways, to look for ways to actually invest in them, to make a difference in their life, to do something that would show that you are trying and desiring to care for them. And actually just moving in that direction can be helpful. Another idea would be to think about how you felt when you got back together, to try and remember what it was about your spouse that you loved in the first place, what it was about your relationship in the earlier years that you valued, to remind you of those good feelings that you had, because so often when we get to that point in our relationship where the feelings feel as if they've died, that we've just lost sight of what was good, and we tend to be focusing just on all the things that are painful, that are frustrating, that are hurtful. So these are a couple of practical steps that you can use to actually begin to see the love return and to feel your heart opening again and your joy once again part of your marriage.